your spirit up and shine.
What's going on, guys? We're here driving. We got Joseph on the back of the camera for the first time. My man's now the cameraman of the Shy Podcast officially. But yeah, so we're on the way to meet lawyer Mr. Chavana. We're going to be interviewing him, seeing how he became a lawyer, his success principles for being a lawyer, what has kept him grounded during COVID, and all those positive messages, guys. So stay tuned. Joseph, appreciate you being on the camera, bro. See y'all later. What's going on, guys? Welcome to the Shine Podcast. We have another great episode. Luckily, I'm here in the studio, in the actual office of the guy we're going to be interviewing today, but my mom wasn't able to make it because she's out of town, out of state, handling business, making moves. But we're here and we're going to make it, and we're going to shine our light today. So what's going on? My guest here, Hector Chavana, lawyer. Can you tell a little bit about yourself, my man?
Well, I'm Hector Antonio Chavana. I'm a lawyer. I've been practicing just a short period of time, about 40 years. And, well, you know, I started out as a child, and now I've grown to an old man. My hometown, everybody asks, what's your hometown? I have to say it's Corpus Christi, and because that's where I spent formative years. Oh, and I also spent 2 years in San Marcos, right there between Austin and San Antonio, where I went to Southwest Texas State University, and I don't care what they call it now, Texas Southern or South Texas or whatever.
Gotcha.
But to me, it's right there, and you can see my diploma.
Yeah, show them off. Show them off over here. All those different diplomas and all these things.
Sure.
All right. So another thing I wanted to ask was, who inspired you growing up, and how did they inspire you?
Absolutely, without a question, it was my parents, particularly my father.
Mm-hmm.
For some reason, he admired the profession of lawyers.
Mm-hmm.
I think deep down he wanted to be one at one time. He didn't have the opportunity because he didn't even finish high school.
Mm-hmm.
But I think he had wished that he had become a lawyer, and I guess through me, vicariously, he became a lawyer when I became a lawyer, and he just admired that profession and knew mostly all the Latino lawyers in Corpus Christi, and spoke highly of them.
Mm-hmm.
And
so you saw that, and you're like, I want to
Yes.
make him proud, or whatever it may be.
Yes.
Gotcha.
And to the extent that one time he was hurt on the job, he broke his knee actually,
Mm-hmm.
and he was convalescent, and with time he was able to walk a little bit and drive a little bit, and still he couldn't work, but he was able to get in his car and drive down to the courts and just walk into a courtroom and admire what was going on.
The professionals there, how they
Yeah.
carry themselves, maybe like
Exactly.
Yeah.
The judge and how
Okay.
they interacted.
Mm.
He may not have known exactly everything that was going on, but whatever he saw, he liked.
Gotcha.
Until he had to go back to work.
Yeah. So hey, so there's a lot of youngsters out here that are going to be watching this, and they might be wanting to follow your profession, right? So what would you tell them that would maybe incline them to do so? What should they be looking out for? Those kinds of things.
What I would say is, if anyone is interested in the legal profession, they should go for it.
Mm-hmm.
My son is an attorney now. He's been an attorney for 3 or 4 years, so I'm very proud that he decided to become an attorney. I would say that one of the things that many of us attorneys, unfortunately, don't always remember is, what does your diploma say?
Big one over here. There you go.
Where it says attorney and counselor at law.
Gotcha. Yeah.
And many of us, unfortunately, we're attorneys, but we forget the counselor part.
Mm-hmm.
And we forget to tell people, yes, the legal part, but also what's a benefit to you in whatever you decide to do and how I can help you. You counsel them. And how is this decision that they're going to take going to impact their case and their life in the future?
Oh yeah.
And so I would say that, and I've told my son, and I've had 3 nephews who recently have become attorneys. I always tell them, don't forget what your diploma says, attorney and counselor.
Yeah, and it's kind of an oath, right? You're signing this thing, and you received this thing that said, I am deciding to guide the people of this world, the people of the pueblo, right?
Correct. And to bear in mind the counselor part and
Yeah, maybe that's been neglected though. Sometimes, you know what I mean?
unfortunately,
Yeah.
in an effort to hurry up with the case, let's get it over with and let's move on to the next one. Like a production line.
Yes, sir.
And my son and I, we strive not to have that attitude and to talk with our clients truthfully. Don't give them what we call pie in the sky. If you know that there's not a very good chance that you cannot get what they are hoping for, let them know.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think that's possible. That's most difficult. Very important rule, never make guarantees.
Okay.
Because you just don't know. Because you're dealing with an opposition attorney and you're dealing with a judge.
Yeah.
And you don't know what those other entities, the judge and the other attorney,
Yeah.
Point of view is.
Yeah, and there's a lot of different people involved, and if there's different people, then there's different opinions.
Exactly.
Right.
It's not as where it's a situation where it's me and the client and no one else involved, like other professions, and but because of the uncertainty of how your case is going to be met by opposing counsel and by the judge.
Yeah. There's a lot of honesty that needs to be had, or else you suffer from what? Clients being frustrated with you, this and that.
Yeah.
Right?
And we try to implement that with our clients that, look, it's not just my decision. I have to go through the other attorney. I have to go with the judge and try to reach a compromise if possible.
Gotcha. Yeah, so that's a big thing, right? We're talking about success principles, right? Number 1 is honesty, as you just explained, right? So
absolutely,
honesty is one huge key. Let's keep on expanding on that. So what else has helped you to be successful in your area of expertise? What other success principles per se?
I think besides honesty is as you move on, you are required to keep up with the changes of the law. I guess to be an effective attorney, medical practitioner, veterinarian, whatever,
yes, sir,
dentist, then you're required to continue your studies and know what are the
up to date
laws,
yep,
changes, because there's always changes. At least every 2 years, not every year, every other year when the Texas legislature is in session, which they will be this January. I think they meet from January to June for 6 months.
Gotcha.
Every other year. There's always going to be new laws that they will bring forth, and you need to keep up with them in all the areas of the law. All the areas of the law. And it's very important that you keep up with these, with these changes and know so you can be effective and not embarrass yourself by saying some old law that's no longer applicable today.
Yeah, that's another big one, right? That's the negative. But on the positive side, think about on the positive side, if you're keeping up to date, you're staying sharp on your craft, right? That's a huge thing, because if you're out of date, like you said, you can get embarrassed, all that kind of sort of thing. So let's talk about maybe like determination. I think that's a huge success principle that I've been paying attention when I'm talking to masters of their craft, which I consider you to be. We're trying to dive into your wealth of knowledge here, right? So with determination. What has helped you to stay determined and to stay consistent every single day?
I tell you why. And it's very simple. The people. The people.
Serving the people.
Serving the people. And making friends, and not just clients, but true friends. I have clients right now who are the grandchildren of the people that I first served when I started practicing 40 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And now they have come to me, and it is so true that the best advertising is word of mouth. Word of mouth. So it went from, say, the father to the son, and now to the grandson that I'm serving, and that you just can't buy advertising like that. That's the best.
Oh yeah, because people trust people, right? If you know somebody that's in your family that says, "Hey, I know this great guy. He's a great person, and he's a great lawyer, and he stays up to date, and he's all the success. He's a whole package, right?"
Exactly. So. And one of, I think, the biggest complaint that they're filed against attorneys is something that can be resolved so easily. Keep in touch with your clients.
Yeah, make the phone calls.
Make a phone call. Return their phone calls.
Shoot the emails.
Emails, absolutely. I learned very early. If you have a well-informed client, you have a happy client.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's a little difficult to explain the intricacies involved in their case, but you do the best you can. And after 40 years, I'm glad to say I've had zero complaints or grievances filed, and I'm proud of that.
Awesome.
Yes, and I'm sure my son is going to have the same record.
There you go. There you go.
So I've had cases from Detroit down to Miami, over to California, Los Angeles, the Bay Area, where I lived for a while. And it's been most gratifying meeting judges at the federal level.
Yeah, I think that's important too. Meeting a lot of people and going to different places, expanding your mind, expanding your width of collaboration, of communication, right? I think that's another huge thing as well. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. I want to any final words you want to say to the people in particular? What's coming soon for you, for your life? What do you hope to aspire to do? What's coming for Hector Chavana?
Well, I will never retire, because old lawyers never retire. They just lose their appeal. I'm going to slow down. I'm going to go from 60 hours a week to maybe 30.
Wow.
I'll still be coming around, and so long as I'm able to function physically and mentally.
Yes, sir.
I'll be here, because just being here helps keep my mind active and helps me
serve the people.
Serve the people.
Yeah.
And meet more people. And I would reiterate to those who are considering going into this field, by all means, it's very, very interesting. And the people that you meet and the people that you serve, you will never forget, because they will never forget you, and they will be so happy with the results, usually, that they will come back, and they will send their aunts and their primos and their other family members, so that you can also help them. So it's like anything else. If you have a good reputation, which is really the only thing that you take with you when you die, that's the only thing you can take.
Yeah.
If you have a good reputation, people will come and see you.
Absolutely.
And that's what I would tell a person who's interested in going into this field.
Yes, sir. Well, hey, appreciate it. I want to give you this gift. I'm going to set it right here. It's the new Shine bracelet. It says, "Go now, share your light." I want to give this to you just as a reminder. I saw it here. Go ahead and film right here.
Oh, yeah, your mom's.
I saw Hector got my mom's book here. I got to give a shout out to my mom. Mom, we miss you. I can't wait for you to be back. But yeah, last few words for me. You can go ahead and put me on the camera. Keep on sharing your light. We're going to keep on interviewing the masters of their craft and keep on sharing the light with the world. So y'all stay tuned, my friends. God bless. Take care.
Spirit up and shine.
So Joseph, today was your first Shine Podcast interview. What do you think? What were your first thoughts, bro? How'd you enjoy it? What did you think?
Well, I am totally honored, first of all, to be your new cameraman
Yes, sir.
and to create new journeys and to walk into this amazing experience of learning different ways on meeting different people.
Yeah, and you get to learn from the people, and you get to learn how to handle a camera too, right? So that's
Yeah,
cool.
and
And then soon enough, you'll learn how to edit.
yeah, like I said, I'm totally grateful to be the new cameraman that you have. And it was pretty nice, actually. Like, I really enjoyed it. And hearing what he had to say, giving that message, it was pretty much inspiring.
Yes, sir, man. I'm glad you're inspired, and hey, we'll get better at the interviewing.
Oh yeah, definitely. We'll get definitely real better.